Hello, everybody, and welcome to our virtual visits show. This is day 5. It's Friday, March 20th. I'm David Mustonen, Director of Communications for the Dearborn Public Schools. Joining me, as always, Superintendent Glenn Maleyko. Glenn, how are you?
Doing very well. Let's just
Good.
do a little
Yeah,
elbow pump.
there we go. Model
routine.
good behavior.
Yeah. Doing well. Just came from a real informative superintendent meeting at the county level. Some of us were in there. We kept our distance and spacing in the auditorium at Wayne County RESA and Romulus, and then several were on the line virtually.
Right, like we're doing here.
Yeah, so I believe that'll be the last time that we meet as county superintendents physically together. The rest, I believe, will be virtual meetings from this point forward.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's kind of becoming the new norm for a little while at least. We don't know how long. It could be a few more weeks. It could be a few more months. We really don't know, but this is what the new norm is getting to be.
So I am glad that we've made decisions, and again, our crisis team is meeting daily. We're in constant contact with the board. We have, just so you know, on the crisis team, it's multiple administrators that have essential services, extended cabinet, and then we have the union heads who have been meeting. And we're planning for coming back on April 13th, and we're planning for the possibility of not coming back. One of the decisions we made, and we talked about it yesterday, is we have to plan to be role models and help. And how can we help is with social distancing, which means effective, this may be the last time I see you in person for a while at the show today. Today is going to be the last day that we are physically in the building other than a couple of people. And again, we're doing our part. We're going to do our part to lead and to say, yes, we're going to try to slow this down by keeping people in their homes, even though right now it's just a voluntary process. Also wanted to just for the public, just to let them know that services will still be provided. Just not in person. It'll be electronically, other than the meal distribution. That's going to continue. So would it be okay if I share some of the numbers?
Yeah, I know that, I think what we've been saying, our buildings are closed, but school is still in session.
Correct.
This building is closed, but our services are still going to be there. So general number for people to call, 313-827-3006, or you can email at communications with an S at dearbornschools.org. And that's just general. If you have some general questions, that's the number to call, and we can try to get you in contact with those who, who may be able to answer your questions if we cannot. Absolutely. But I know there's some other numbers as well.
Yeah, so we mentioned this yesterday, but we also have a social emotional hotline set up at 313-827-8500, or you can email dss@dearbornschools.org. We also say, though, if there's an immediate emergency, call 911. Don't rely on the hotline. We have a couple other numbers we'll put out publicly, and we're going to publish, or we already have published some of them. Tech support number is 313-827-8400, 313-827-8400. We still have students that need information, whether it be transcripts or other verifications or things they may need, or their families. So student services will still be open to serve the public and our students at 313-827-3068. That's 313-827-3068. And then for the public as well, anybody that may need special education information, we have a number set up as well, 313-827-7050. So again, we're not going to be physically here, but we are open virtually, and we will have a couple people in the building, and we can always come in if needed, but we're going to practice our social distancing. And all the meetings for the crisis team for the district are all now going to go virtually effective on Monday. Again, this will be the last day we're physically here together. And then just for staff, we also will have some other numbers that we're going to send to staff in the email. They should look for their email numbers like HR, payroll, those kind of things. They may have questions. So we're not going to make those public, but we're going to send them out to staff via the district email.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. And like we said, buildings are closed, but we're open.
Correct. Yeah.
The learning continues. All the things that we have to do continue on. And, part of that process of making all of this continue on and keeping the learning going, the list of thank yous is huge.
Yes.
This whole week alone, it's almost hard to believe it's a week. Right? It was last Thursday, Friday when all of this really took place. And in one short week, we've gone from here to here. And so many people have been part of that to make that possible. Our parents, obviously, not only just the parents, all of those who've been stepping up to help with the food process, but just the parents now who are, dealing with their own work situation. They now are maybe dealing with childcare situations. They're still paying the bills, or maybe they're going to have some problems paying bills because maybe they're laid off. They're dealing with so many of their own personal things, and at the same time, they're stepping up to help their kids with their education. So for all the parents that are part of this district, they've always been huge supporters, but we obviously give them a big thank you.
Yeah, thank you, parents.
Yes, thank you. I know you probably have many that you want to thank, our principals.
Yeah, so our administrators, our principals, we were just on getting ready. We had 82 people on electronically. We're still meeting with principals virtually. We had over 100 people in the meeting, even though they weren't physically here. Our principals are doing an outstanding job. Our central office administrators, our crisis team is doing an outstanding job. You, David, you've been great working here with me and your team, and the people, Eric and Jacob and the team, our superintendent office. Everybody has just come together. You know, we have support staff, we have the operations department. It goes on and on and on. Those that are from the food services giving food, and I've been in the building seeing that. We're going to continue the food service, even if there is if there is a order like what happened in California with shelter in place. There's still exceptions to that, like getting food and things.
Right.
And that was verified at the county. So we will still, as long as we can, we're going to continue to provide food services. So I want to thank those individuals, of course, the PTA. And then, of course, you know, our union heads are part of it. They're in the crisis team. Thank them. And then our teachers. I just got to talk about the teachers with the online learning and those things. There's a lot of uncertainty in online learning. This thing switched quickly. I see a lot of positive things going on. I believe MDE just sent something out saying about seat time. Well, I'm not personally concerned directly with that, other than we want to provide things for students to do, and we call it enrichment. It's not mandatory. We will have to figure those things out long term until MDE gives us direction, but our employees are still getting paid, they're still getting their salaries, and so the work they're doing does count. It is helping our students, so I would encourage them to continue to do that, but understand there's nothing mandated that people have to do a certain thing, other than we want employees to, our teachers, our great teachers that are going above and beyond, and you've seen some of the videos.
Oh my gosh, incredible stuff.
Yeah,
that
it
they're
is.
doing.
It's great things, you know, like reading to kids or other things that are going on, and I plan to maybe do some of that as well. But I want to thank our teachers for going above and beyond in this uncertain time, and they do it each and every day. I see it with my over 400 visits a year, and unfortunately now it won't be physically there, but virtually I'm seeing it right now, and I'm glad that we're on social media. So I think our district is in a good shape because of the work our teachers have done, because of the work our IT and Troy Patterson has done.
Oh my gosh.
The leadership there, I got to thank him and the entire department. Oh man, fantastic. And then, you know, Chromebook distributions. People are just coming to,
Thousands of Chromebooks have been distributed this week alone, like in just 4 days, 3 days. Thousands of Chromebooks have been cleaned and distributed and logged in, so that we can keep track of where they are. And it's just amazing the amount of people who have stepped up to make sure that that has gotten done.
Absolutely. And then I want to thank the Board of Education, President Berry, all the board trustees, Petlichkoff, McDonald, Mead, Lane, Thorpe, Mosip. I think did I get all 7?
You get 7 there?
Yeah, I think I did. I hope I got everyone. Anyway, I want to thank all of them. I said Lane, yes, and all of them. So I thank all of them, but they've been supportive and said whatever you need. They've been talking to me behind the scenes, but they're like, we got your back. We're going to do what is necessary. They're out there as well. You know, I've been meeting with and talking to President Berry daily. I had a meeting with Trustee Mosip and Lane the other day. Yesterday, Trustee McDonald, Trustee Petlichkoff. Today, I'm going to be meeting with Trustee Thorpe and again, Trustee Lane and Trustee Dr. Mead. So they're all supporting, and I want to thank them and just, you know, again, thank the entire community in Dearborn. We have people stepping up like Zaman, Amity, lots of organizations, the Ed Foundation that goes on and on and on. And I don't mean to miss out anyone, but I could go on. And so I think that's important, and I just think that we're all stepping up, and we don't want to pressure people. But I also have to be honest, David, I don't have all the answers. I don't think you do.
No.
I don't even think the government has all the answers. So something happens, I think we got to take this new kind of atmosphere of we just got to kind of try the best we can to calm down and understand that right now we're in a crisis, and think information will come. We got a lot of good information, but all the other superintendents in the county are in the same situation with a lot of unknowns. And so we don't have all the answers. Let's just be honest. We're human as well. We also have things we're dealing with, but we will continue to communicate, we'll continue to advocate, and we will continue to provide support. A positive I did hear just announced, I didn't see it myself, is that the testing requirements are going to be waived, is my understanding.
Great.
So that's another positive to take some pressure off. So I'm also I want to thank the Student Advisory Council. I'm communicating with them WhatsApp. And they're giving ideas about what if graduation or other things. And they're like, I want to help. What can I do, Dr. Maleyko? What can I do to help? So I'm going to continue to stay in contact with them. So, thanking our students as well, and just letting them know that we're all in this together, and it's a new world. And my children are going through the same thing, and they're at home and they can't go to school. And so, I think as we got to take care of our families and our friends. And so, now is going to be the time to do our part with the social distancing, but we also have to follow the regulations and do what's being recommended so that we help each other, so we can help our individual units, which then helps the greater good of society in general, and in Dearborn and beyond. So that's what I plan to do, and we are going to continue to keep everyone in our thoughts and prayers. I think that helps as well. And we're going to continue to do what we can to help everyone, including our students and the entire community.
It's we talked about a community stepping up, and there's so much uncertainty, but the one thing that is certain is that if we follow these guidelines, if we stay in our homes, if we avoid large groups, if we do all of these things that we are being asked to do, which is something that we have control of. In a time where we feel we don't have much control, the things that we do have control of, following these guidelines, these are the things that are going to have the biggest impact on containing the spread of this COVID-19. We're not going to cure it. We're not going to stop it. People are going to get sick, and the numbers are going to get bigger over the next few weeks. There's nothing we can, that's a given.
That's from the experts.
But what we can do is we can all do our part, like you said, take care of our families, take care of each other, take care of the community, follow these guidelines, avoid the big groups, do these things, and these are the things that we can do to help mitigate this and help control that spread and keep that spread down over the next days and weeks and ahead. I think that that's really patience and calm is just mandatory at this time. I think that if we follow these things and we follow these practices, a little inconvenience now, let's face it, this is a little inconvenient.
Little, or maybe even a lot, some might think, but it is inconvenience.
But a little bit now will save us a
Correct.
lot more later on.
Absolutely.
And I think that we have to keep that in mind as we move forward every single day.
The students get that because that's what they said. They said, look, we understand, it'll be disappointing if graduation is canceled, let's say.
Right.
But we understand this is a new world, and we have a greater cause right now, a cause to each other, to society, and to our country to make sure that we get through this, and we will. I'm confident we will.
Absolutely.
And so
we
I
will.
think what you just said matches what the students are telling me.
Great.
And we have some great people. I am confident in the governor's office and what they're doing and their leadership, and we'll get proper information from them. We'll get proper information. I'm on the phone with Chief Haddad, the city officials, state police, state organizations, Wayne County, all of them. I have trust in them that they will give us the information, and I'm going to say to the community, have trust in us that we will give you the information that we have, as we always have done.
Sure.
And we have the best interests of the students in this community, moving forward, and we'll continue to do that, and we'll continue to provide information. And again, stay safe and healthy, everyone. We wish everyone all the best as we go through. I think the times are going to get a little tougher, but I know it's going to get better.
It will. It will. And we're very resilient people here in America and here in Dearborn, and we will get through this. Thank you, everybody, for taking some time to join us every single day here this past week. As Dr. Maleyko pointed out, this is going to look a little different. We probably won't do it as much next week and in the weeks ahead, but we will continue to provide that information to you, whether it's here on our video channel or on the blogs or in other ways that we try to get information out to everybody. So just keep checking in. Our website is a great place to start. So,
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.